Hey everyone. Okay, welcome to the nervous system and the energy forecast for September 2024. So I spent some of the weekend really steeping in this shift of energy. And September marks kind of the transition from summer to fall. I spent mainly in the Western Hemisphere, obviously on the other side of the world, it's not quite that way. But for us here in the Western Hemisphere, the days are getting shorter slowly. They're getting cooler. The leaves are starting to change. I'm in Colorado, and I've noticed a few trees with some orange and red leaves here and there. And we're slowly, like, as we move into September, we're slowly moving from this place of deep activity of summer towards a time of self-examination and refocusing our energy to what matters most before the time of rest, which is winter. So what I'm going to do today with you is I'm going to provide you with a nervous system forecast. Essentially, what are the energies to embody? What are the moods, the qualities to lean into this month to honor your own rewiring and to stay regulated as you move and anchor into expansion. Then I'm going to provide you with an energy forecast, including what's the color of the month, what's the meaning of that color, and what are the crystals and stones that you might want to work with this month to essentially honor those energies to stay grounded and vital through this transition period from summer to fall, while you're continuing to actually claim the fullness of you. And then at the end, after all of that, I will take you through a brief practice to embody the spirit of September. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Ilsa. I'm a total spiritual nerd, and you're going to see some of that today. I'm a bookworm. I'm a dog mama. I love nature and spending a lot of time hiking and being in my garden. Professionally, for the last 20 years or so, I've worked as a psychotherapist, an expansion expert, and a strategist for business owners, CEOs, and leaders. I essentially teach my clients how to rewire their nervous system, their lives, their bodies, their careers for easeful growth, really satisfying results, as well as deeply nourishing and peaceful income and money. And all of that without second guessing themselves, stressing out, sabotaging themselves. So if you would like to become the most peaceful and powerful version of you, and you want to unlock that leadership, that visibility, your results, your income in partnership with your nervous system and your brain, then I want to invite you to do some deep expansion work together. And the way that I start that with just about every client is by doing a 90-minute intensive where we actually do some real deep expansion work. And I teach you how to bring yourself out of that sense of contraction back into a place of liberation and expansion in every area of your life, so you stop getting in your own way. And I offer that 90-minute one-on-one with me at a 55% savings for people who are new. So if you're interested in doing that, then just click. There's going to be a link in the description of this video for us to do that one session together. And then if we want to work together more, we can decide how to do that after that. All right, so let's get started. So as I tune into the energy of September, what I get is this sense of magic, of mystery, and possibility. There is a sense in my body of claiming our intuition and trusting our deepest knowing, even when we don't know how we know, but we know that we know. So there's like this mix between surrendering ourselves to the unknown while claiming our own knowingness internally. So when I sense in my body and my nervous system about the power of September, about what's alive in this month, about embodying the energy of September, what I receive is a deep sense of us opening to the unknown, to the pregnant void, and to essentially what is possible when we lean into the mystery from this place of trust. If I were to give this energy of September a few words that we can use as a mantra as we continue to unravel the conditioning and also claim that fullness, claim that trust and that knowing, those few words to represent September for me would be, I welcome the mystery and I trust. The nervous system invitation here this month is to open and to trust both yourself and the mystery of life, the unfolding of life. So you're invited here to claim your own knowing, as well as to lean back or lean into the magic and the mystery. And that's both the magic and the mystery that is everywhere around you, but also the magic and the mystery that lives deep inside you. So we're playing here with an inner and outer, and essentially teaching the nervous system to start to open, to start to relax, and to start to trust with what isn't quite yet revealed. I get curious, and I want to invite you to ask yourself this, like, what would it be like to open to the mystery, to the unknown, and to really start to trust yourself and life fully, that you could move into it and with it? What might it be like to anchor yourself in wonder and to lean into infinite possibilities? What would that feel like in your body? To just be in trust, to be in the mystery, to lean into what's possible. And so what I'm receiving from my own nervous system for this month is that September holds the energy of feeling safe enough within yourself and within life to fully open to the unknown and to start to trust the unknown, to essentially be so safe that you're willing to daringly discover everything that becomes possible when you lean into the mystery with curiosity and trust. So I want to invite you, I want to give you a few questions that you can journal, or you can journal about, so you can come back after this and take the time to pause this video. We're about 9 minutes and a half or so into this. Or you can, as I read these questions, you can let them land in your body and see what's the first thing that comes up. See how your body responds to them and see what are the first things that are coming up for you. And then if you want to come back, you can. But the first question I want to invite you, as we're playing with this idea of steeping in the mystery from a nervous system perspective, I want to ask you this. Where in your life right now, are you afraid of the unknown? Where in your life are you shutting down the magic and the mystery because of fear or lack of trust? So, first question is, where in your life are you afraid of the unknown? And you're shutting down the magic and the mystery because of fear or because of a lack of trust. Second question I have for you is, how would you show up differently in your life, in your relationships, in your work, with money, if you completely trusted the mystery? How would you show up differently in all the different areas of your life if you completely trusted the mystery? And as an extension of this question, this next question is, what would become possible for you, for your life, for your work, for your finances, if you truly leaned into this pregnant void, into the unknown wholeheartedly? What's the best that could happen? What could become possible for you if you totally leaned into it? If you opened yourself to the unknown, to that fullness wholeheartedly, to the void wholeheartedly. And then I'm going to flip that question. What's the worst that could happen? Like, if there is fear here about opening and leaning into the mystery, for a lot of us, I know myself included, we really like to know. We really like to be in control. And so most of us are going to have some degree of resistance in our nervous system about opening to the mystery, about leaning into the unknown. And so you might want to just check in. Where is your resistance? What is the worst that could happen if you leaned into the mystery, if you followed your intuition and totally trusted the unknown and the flow? And finally, as a last little practice, as we're working with the nervous system in this, before we move into the energy of it, I want to invite you to put a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Can't quite see my belly, but just wherever. It could be on top of your belly button, just under your belly button. And just for a minute, as you breathe, imagine surrendering yourself to the mystery, offering your life and yourself to the unknown. Imagine trusting yourself and trusting this pregnant void enough that you just release your life to it, that you relax into it, that you surrender your life to it. So when you imagine that, what does your nervous system and body, like how does that land in your nervous system and your body? How does your body respond to imagining that surrender? And maybe you might even check in. What might all those scared parts inside you, what might they need to feel safe, surrendering and trusting yourself and your life to the mystery, to the unknown? So that's the piece around the nervous system work. Essentially, relaxing into the mystery is the invitation, and trusting the mystery that lives inside you, trusting your own intuition, trusting your own knowing. So now let's move to the more energetic part of this, the forecast. So when I sense into the energy of September, into this sense of mystery, of magic, of fullness and aliveness and infinite possibilities of the unknown in the void, the color that came to me was silver. And it was interesting, it wasn't just silver, it was almost like a moving silver, like a wave of silver, like smoke or iridescent silver or dark gray. Like it moved from silver to dark gray based on the movement. And when I did some research on the symbolism, the metaphysics of this color, both in Western as well as Eastern medicine and energy medicine and psychology, that opalescent silver and gray, what I got was a theme of protection, a theme of magic and the magic of the moon and of the divine feminine. What I got there was that this color represents sensitivity, expanded awareness, enhanced intuition, as well as compassion, probably because of the divine feminine aspect to the color. So when we're looking at that silver to dark gray color, what we're looking at is really the mystery of the divine feminine, the magic of the moon, increased sensitivity and awareness, and enhancing our intuition and our compassion. Now, here's the thing I want to say to you. If this color does not resonate with you, then you're invited to find your own color. So when you imagine this mystery, when you imagine trusting the magic of life, the magic of the unknown, coming into a sense of possibility and aliveness and the pregnancy, the fullness of the void and of your own knowing, this pregnant darkness, what is the color that comes to mind first? And if you receive a different color than the silver to dark gray, then use the color you receive. Because your body knows what you need, and your body knows the color that will help you anchor into what we're working with this month. All right, now let me tell you about the stones and the crystals for this month. I've got 3 of them for you today. The first one is literally the quintessential stone for this month based on what we've discussed, and that's labradorite, which is what I'm wearing. So I'm going to show it to you like this, but I'm actually got a couple more examples. Here's one example. And I don't know how well you can see that on the computer, but it has that iridescence that I was talking about, where it goes from dark to lighter and it shimmers a little bit. And here's another example of it. By the way, this pendant has a story, but here is also a labradorite, but it's lighter in color. It almost has a hue of blue in there. This is a lot more silver And then the other one that I just showed you is a lot darker, a lot more in the dark grays. When I had my own kind of, I don't know if awakening is the right word, but just a huge transition in my life where I was physically sick and actually made a lot of changes. And that's when I started doing a lot of work with the nervous system myself. I mean, we're going back about 10 years ago or so, because I was already in this house. But there was a lot of family stuff going on. I had some health issues that no one could get a handle on. And I made some deep changes in my life and in my business as well, setting a lot of boundaries, getting really clear about who I wanted to be and what I wanted to experience and what I wanted to teach and how I wanted to support people. And this pendant was actually, it's like almost like I was launching myself. And interestingly enough, it was September. It was like right in this transition into fall. But this pendant was a pendant I found in a store, and there was something about it that caught me. And I wore it every day for months as I was going through this transition. And so for me, this stone of Labradorite really signifies trusting the unknown and trusting your own knowing and your own desires and going with the flow of what feels right. So now let me tell you the historical. This is my own personal story, but let me tell you more about the history of Labradorite. So the Inuit people in Alaska believed that Labradorite was a stone of magic that fell from the aurora borealis in the sky. Essentially, it was the fire of the aurora borealis. The Inuit believes that this is a stone of extraordinary power to transform, that its shimmering light are the sign of mystical powers, and that they're essentially that this is a stone that bridges the waking world from the unseen world. The shamans of the Inuit people used to use this stone, and it is a favorite stone used by magician, diviners, healers across many different, including in China. Labradorite is known to be an extremely powerful protector, maybe even the most protective mineral in the kingdom of stones, so to speak. It creates almost like a shielding force around you, and it strengthens your own natural protective energies from within. So it protects you from negativity, especially the negativity of the world, and it gives you courage and resilience, as well as an ability to discern and to see clearly what is true and what is right. Wearing or carrying Labradorite was known to help us amplify our own innate magical powers and abilities and bring them to the surface and awaken and strengthen intuitive gifts. In magical lore, Labradorite also has the energy or the ability to allow you to penetrate the veils of the void, so that almost like the Akashic records and all the mysteries that are beyond the surface in the unseen realms, where all knowledge, all possibilities, all potentials are held, and to have access to those, to be able to bring them back into lived reality. So the stone almost kind of creates a bridge between the unseen realms and our regular dimension. And it's a stone that you can use to essentially safely travel through the mystery, which I think is why I was so attracted to it. I was moving into a totally different paradigm. My body was shifting, my mind, my feelings, everything, my energy was shifting that time 10 years ago. And so I was called to it because I needed a protector on this journey through the mystery. And this is a stone that will allow you to awaken your healing gifts, both for yourself and for the world. And God knows we need this right now in this day and age. So Labradorite is both a guide and a protector on your journey of transformation. It's going to help you attune to the magic that lives inside you and all around you, and to the potential and the possibility that is alive for you in that mystery when you start to trust it and move into it. So if there's one stone you play with this month, this is it. Labradorite. The second stone I've got for you today, which has absolutely nothing to do with the color, but when I did research in terms of mystery and intuition, and also the shimmering, the movement of the color as I saw it moving and shifting, fluorite is what came to me. And I've mentioned fluorite before. It's one of my favorites. It literally has a number of different colors. By the way, some of them go and end up being a lot darker. So it can go all the way from white all the way to some grayer area. And oftentimes there's some pink and greens in the stone. Here's another example of it. It's a beautiful stone. And you can see this one, it's got some dark in there. It almost looks like a dark gray. So that's fluorite. Fluorite in Latin word comes from fluere, which means to flow. And so fluorite is a stone that you can use to allow you to be in flow with what is. And fluorite is also known in the world of manifestation to give us access to the magic of synchronicity as we start to manifest the life we want. So it attracts synchronicity. And when I think about synchronicity, it's really about seeing the mystery, the magic of life at work. In ancient China, fluorite was believed to control dreams and to help us walk in our dreams and to help us walk between realms. So similar to the Labradorite, who is creating a bridge between the seen and unseen realms, this is between the waking dream and the dreaming dream, so to speak. Fluorite has also been known to be very helpful in shielding you from unpleasant emotion or helping you move through unpleasant emotion very quickly, and allowing you to fine-tune your sensitivity so that you can improve your psychic skills. From a mental perspective, fluoride is extremely helpful in helping calm a chaotic mind. It promotes free thinking. It promotes freedom of choice. It promotes flexibility. So when you're starting to mix the soothing nature emotionally of shielding us from negativity or helping us move through negativity quickly, as well as the ability to open our minds to a different perspective, to more choices, to flexibility, mental flexibility. Those two things together really help us steep and walk bravely through the mystery and be in the flow, which is basically what this stone is named after. Fluoride also has been known to help us experience simplicity and safety in all dimensions, and to help us find that sense of safety, fluidity, love, simplicity as we move from one point in our life to another point in our life. So it's a very helpful stone in transition. And to some degree, September is a month of transition. It is a month of moving away from summer into fall and into just opening to the darkness that's coming, so to speak, the darkness of winter. And then finally, in one of the research I did, they named fluoride as one of the most powerful stone to access your highest self, to access spirit, and to really awaken you to the, and I'm quoting what was written on this website, to the purity and the perfection of the universe, and to trust how you fit perfectly well in that universe. That there is a perfect plan for you in this perfected universe. And so we're back to fluoride helping us to some degree trust the mystery, to be in flow with the mystery. So that's the second stone. Finally, the last and third stone for today is moonstone. I was looking for another example of moonstone and I don't have one. Most of you do not know moonstone in this rougher form. For most of you, you will have seen moonstone very nicely polished. And moonstone, weirdly, almost looks like labradorite a little bit with that shimmering thing that you see, but it's white. So it's like the opposite of labradorite, but in white. That opalescence and that shimmering. You can't see it on this because this is hard, unpolished moonstone, but you can see it has some white and it's got some dark gray. So moonstone moves anywhere from white to dark gray. And it's a very mystical stone. It really, based on the name, it holds within it the mystery of the moon, the power of the moon, the secrets held in the shifting moon. And whereas fluorite and labradorite are more about us having access to the unseen realms and bringing that access out into life, moonstone is more about the inner mystery. It's about uncovering our own hidden truth. It's a talisman for the inward journey, essentially taking ourselves deep into the magic of us and being able to retrieve pieces of ourselves that either have gone missing or have been left behind or have gone into hiding or been forgotten, so that we can essentially bring forward our own potency and potential. So whereas the first two stones that we talked about are essentially about trusting the mystery of life itself and being able to move into the mystery of life itself, this stone, moonstone, is more about diving and journeying into the mystery of you and bringing forward to the surface everything you need to embody your potency and your potential and to embody that next level of your own journey. The other thing that I found in doing research around moonstone is that it has been seen as a protective talisman, and it's been used for travelers. So like sailors and such would use moonstone as a way to protect themselves on their journey and to trust the journey. So moonstone is also here to essentially protect you as you're deepening and you're going into the darkness of the unknown, as you're moving out of summer and coming into fall and winter. The moonstone is there to both protect your external journey, your outer journey, and protect your inner journey, and to provide a bridge to your own deepest wisdom. So it's an extremely powerful stone for intuition, for magic, for trust, for enlivening trust and protection, and for bringing to the surface your own hidden powers. So those are the stones for this month to play with. And my favorite are the two essentially opposite, the dark gray opalescence of Labradorite and the lighter gray to white opalescence of Moonstone. And together, they essentially are the bridge to the external and the internal magic and to the external and internal journey. Okay, so now let's do a little practice. So do not do this if you're driving in your car. Or you could, but don't close your eyes, just listen to it. So we're going to start with a hand on your heart. You could also put a hand on your belly if that feels right, or just the other hand on your lap. And I want to invite you to close your eyes and to start to use your breath as the bridge and the guide back into your own mystery, your own internal sphere. And with every breath you take, you fall a little deeper and deeper into your own body, moving out of your head into your heart and into the mysteries deep in the core of you. And you might even sense that every breath you take is releasing a little bit more tension, a little bit more resistance, and allowing you to open more and more to the wisdom, to the magic, to the mystery that lives deep inside you. And so as you come home to you, in this moment, you can let go of your past and your future. Right now, there's nothing broken, nothing to fix, nothing to figure out, nothing to prove or improve, and absolutely nothing to do except simply come home and steep into you. And so as you're coming home to yourself, steeping into the magic of you, I invite you to move your awareness deep into your lower belly. Maybe an inch or so below your belly button. And into the core of your body, into what in Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, is called the lower dantian, which is the seat of the mystery, the seat of your own power. It is also called the cosmic egg. And so in mythology, all across Egypt, Babylonian, Polynesian, and a lot of different creation stories, the cosmic egg that lives deep in the lower belly is a symbol of new life emerging out of the darkness. And so right there in that lower belly, I invite you to imagine a dark silver egg. And if you got a different color for what represents the mystery, this pregnant void, earlier in this video, then I invite you to use that color. So if you got purple, then imagine a purple egg. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to use a dark silver egg. And this is almost like a deep well inside you, out of which all of life emerges, out of which your own power and potency, your own clarity, your own knowing emerges. And I want to invite you to breathe into this egg deep in your belly. And with every breath you take, it's like you're breathing into this egg and you're mixing your own life force with the mystery that lives within the egg. And so you're breathing into the egg and you see that the egg is starting to glow and shimmer and to grow. Silver, or the color you saw, getting brighter, more vibrant. And the egg itself is starting to expand beyond its small size. And you can sense that this egg is filled with infinite possibility, with absolute power and potential. And it's growing and growing, and now it's filling your whole belly and stomach area. It's simultaneously growing up and down with every breath, filling and surrounding your heart and your throat above, and then growing down and surrounding and filling your pelvis and your thighs, and it continues to grow, and it's filling and surrounding your feet and your face, and with every breath it's growing bigger, and now it's permeating your whole body. This colorful, vibrant egg filled with potential, filled with mystery and magic, is filling all of you. And now is actually growing bigger than you. And it is surrounding you. You are held in this silver shimmering egg, or whatever color you saw. And you can feel that you are steeped and held in magic, in wisdom, in the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of the mystery. Whereas at the beginning the egg was in you, now you are the one in the egg. You are the one being born anew. You are the one steeping in the mystery, getting ready to hatch into a new level of power, of potency, of clarity, of wisdom. And you can feel that this shimmering, magical egg is protecting you. It's nourishing you. It's offering you both holding and guidance and wisdom, but also protection and love. And you feel deeply safe in this mystery. You can feel that some magical unknown is flowing through you and all around you. And it is safe to trust it. And so just for a minute, I want to invite you to just breathe in the color and breathe it out. And allow the color that you saw to really fill every cell and to surround you in a protective bubble. Feel the safety, the calm, the protection, but also the magic, the wonder, the mystery. Feel that like it is a seed inside you that's growing. Something is shifting. And you can feel the abundance of everything that is possible for you when you trust the mystery, when you open to the magic, to the pregnant, alive, emerging of the void. And so for a minute, just lean into, bathe, steep into the wisdom of the mystery. Surrender all your questions to it. Surrender all your doing, your pushing, your controlling to it. Let it take care of you. Like leaning back in water and letting it carry you. And just start to trust the potency that is coming alive inside and all around you. And then slowly start to come back to this moment, to that sense of spaciousness and flow and trust, and just bring that back with you. Bring the mystery back into this current reality. Seeing that you are guided, that there is deep intelligence afoot here within you and all around you. Even if you don't quite get it, even if you can't quite see it. And then start to blink your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, maybe rub your hands together and just start to slowly come back to this current reality. Knowing that you're coming back a slightly more magical being. You are infused with the color of the mystery, with the color of magic, with the pregnancy, the fullness, the aliveness of the void. And if you're ready to really expand out of contraction, to repair, rewire yourself, your identity, your work for that next financial breakthrough, for that next level of impact, then I would love to work with you and help you revolutionize your leadership, your receivership, and your results. And the way to get started with that is for you and I to do a 90-minute one-on-one Wired for Wealth intensive if you've never had one with me. In this intensive, I essentially explore with you what are the nervous system wounds and blocks that are holding you back. And then I teach you my proprietary hatching process. And this is a process that's going to teach you exactly how to bring yourself out of a sense of contraction, out of fear, out of overwhelm, out of resistance, back into expansion and receivership. And it's a process you can use in every area of your life. And then after this 90 minutes, if you and I decide that we want to continue to work together, then I will give you a couple different options to fit your goals, to fit your needs, to fill your budget. My work is all about mixing neurology with identity and strategy to bring about a completely new experience of being, leading, achieving, and receiving in life and in work. And I would love to be your guide on this journey to unlock the power of your nervous system and your brain, so that everything you do, all the work you do, can finally work. So if you want to book that initial intensive with me at a 55% saving, you're going to find the link to that in the description of this video. And if you've done one of those with me and you just want to continue and you want to do deeper work with me, then I'm going to include a link to my enrollment conversation. This is a free call where you and I can chat for half an hour or so and kind of choose the best package for you. All right. I'm wishing you an amazing month of September, steeped in magic and mystery and flow and trust, and in the awakening of your own potential and potency. Mwah.